Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. You know what? This is how I'm going to start the Calm Down podcast. I don't even know if we're friends anymore. I haven't talked to you. I did see you last week at a great dinner that, of course, who are you? Erin Andrews? You had to leave early to go do an interview. Where the hell you been, Charissa Thompson? And by the way, welcome to the Calm Down podcast. I'm so thankful we have this date on our calendars. We don't talk. Our pets' heads are falling off. Where you been? Girl, you busy.
Two things. I was going to call you today to catch up on life, but then I'm like, why would I do that? I'm just going to save it for the podcast because there is a lot of things that I need to discuss with you. Rewinding, yes, we had a great dinner. I got on a flight, flew to San Francisco, did an interview. I did the responsible thing and left that night as opposed to flying out early in the morning because we know how that's going to go. We don't need Kyle Shanahan asking where I'm at, and I'm still on the tarmac at LAX. Don't need
Let's do the teaser, though. You have an insane interview for Fox's Week 1.
You're so sweet.
I'm so excited for you. You get to sit down with who? I'll let you promo it.
Yeah, I sit down with Trey Lance and with Kyle Shanahan. Of course, one of the biggest stories in the offseason is who, where, when, and why. So, Trey Lance is getting, of course, the keys to that sports car that is the San Francisco 49ers offense. And,
John Lynch says who, he says when, he says how much.
Exactly. And, and it's in the interview, but how it kind of worked out well for everyone there in the organization, the best of both worlds, and being able to keep Jimmy because of a bunch of different reasons. But anyways, wait. So that'll air. I can't believe this is yesterday was our last Sunday that we have off until the Super Bowl. So February.
We're here.
So I feel like this has been a long time coming. We've been talking about our summer being over. It's officially over. But your tan is alive and well. If anyone is listening, Erin is wearing a white tank top. And this broad looks like she is Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama.
So I have a sit down as well, Week 1. Stop me if you've heard this before. I'm sitting down with Aaron Rodgers, Week 1. The NFL. We have Packers at Vikings, which we're so excited for America's Game of the Week. But I figure I'm going to absolutely damage my skin on Labor Day weekend, where, and then we head off to the NFL season where I will never see sun again, except for Week 3 when the Packers head to Tampa, and I will absolutely just sweat through my outfit. So we were out by the pool this weekend. Jarrett and Howie are in the pool now, soaking it up, and it is freaking so hot outside.
700 degrees right now. Anyone listening in Los Angeles gets this. Mm-hmm.
You're right. And I also, full disclosure, feel so bad when I was talking to my mom and dad today in Tampa, Florida. Any of you who are loyal and we love you listeners in the deep, deep South, we need to shut up because we have zero clue what humidity and 100-degree temps feel like right now there for you. But oh my God. I know you guys went on a date last night. I saw you post about it. We went to a little local Italian restaurant here that we love that you sit outside. I mean, I rolled up my jeans. I was dying. Jarrett walked home with no shirt on because he was just sweating through it. And I love this place. It's a place that they only have like wine and champagne. And we were drinking red wine and I was just like,
Jesus.
Oh my God. So hot. Like, it was awful. I love this place, but we were dying. What did you guys do?
Grab an ice cube and make a sangria.
I did.
Well, I'm wearing a sweatshirt so Steve and I have this thing, like when we first started hanging out, he would come over and bring a matching sweatsuit outfit to just like be lazy in.
Love him.
So this is my Jordan Breakfast Club, my new one, because Michael Jordan would wake up at 4:00 in the morning and work out. And then he had this thing called the Breakfast Club. So anyways, I'm wearing this because I'm hungover. Again, stop me if you've heard that before. I feel like my storyline's always like, I'm a degenerate and I'm just whatever. But I work really hard and I play really hard.
Yeah,
so
that's
I came off of a 24-hour install in the world of home design. An install is when you go and you set up someone's house. So sweet James Conner, he's a running back for the Arizona Cardinals. I did the McCoy's house. Yes. By the way, the only clients I'm having now, I'd like to say this, the only clients I want at House and Home are rich athletes who don't have a wife or a girlfriend who interject with styling tips because the guy he went like this, do whatever you want.
Love him.
That is a dream scenario. But I mean, we'll take all clients at House and Home. I'm just teasing. But he, like us, he's getting ready for his season. And an athlete needs to be, when they're home, they need to be, I told him 2 things I'm not picking out for you: your television and your mattress. Because I don't need you on the IR week 3 because I picked out a Tempur-Pedic that's the wrong mattress.
Oh my God, you're
James
so
Conner,
right.
Right?
Yes.
So I fly down there. I'm like, dude, I will flip this house for you in 2 weeks, but I need you to go stay in a hotel. And then you come back. And he sent me the sweetest messages yesterday. He came home and it was all done. And I had went to CVS and I printed out pictures of him and his mom and his friends and like put them in frames and stuff, because these guys are young and they've got, some cash and they don't think about putting pictures. Anyways. So, but I was in Arizona, 110 degrees. Sweet James, I adore you. His power wasn't on. He hadn't set up his power. So the AC wasn't kicking. My sweet painters, who are my crew of guys who I sent down from California, they got there and like, Charissa, there's no power because he hadn't set it up yet. The dude hadn't lived in this house yet. So we're there, we're sweating. There's generators. I was like, anyways, it was worth it. He was happy. That's all that matters. So needless to say, I'm putting House and Home on the back burner. Whoa, pun intended, because I'm sweating for the next couple weeks and focusing only on football. But that was what I've been up to the last couple days. So I decided to just go for it last night.
Yeah, where'd you go? What'd you do?
We went to an Italian restaurant, but we sat inside because Steve's the sweater. This guy, there's no chance he's sitting outside.
Jarrett. Yeah.
The AC is on here all the time. I've never had this AC on as much. I'm freezing. I'm wearing a sweatshirt inside.
Wait till you get that bill.
Oh my, this is what I said to him. I go, and again, I'm trying, in the infancy of a relationship, I'm trying not to do the nagging thing, right? And he's amazing and does so much for me around this house, especially when I'm not home. When I end up having to stay in Arizona overnight, he watches the dogs, the whole thing. But I'm going around and turning off the AC in every room. I'm like, I am freezing around here. I don't need the bill to be thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and I agree with you with that. And I try to be really good around our house too. For as much as I live with someone that's very ADD, I'm very much the one that's turning off the AC in different areas of the house. Okay, so there's a good question with that. If I am like, I'm not using upstairs, I just shut it off. Howie and Jared are outside. I just turned it up a little bit. But then are you paying more money to cool it off when you come back in than just having it at maybe a 73 or a 72?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, because I do this. I have to like keep it at a certain temperature, keep it at like a 70. But this house must get really hot or something. But the other morning I woke up and I'm like, it's 50 degrees. I don't know. There's some setting. And I'm not technologically advanced in any capacity when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Also what's going on, I have a mole right here. It's like not a colored mole. It's like have you ever had one of those? Like a non-colored mole? Like it's just like, looks like oh, no? Look at her. She's repulsed.
No,
it's
just
basically
have
like
acne.
It's like a Cindy Crawford mole, but without the color. It's like God said, sure, you're going to be cute, but you're not going to be supermodel cute. So we won't color the mole. So I got a zit over that. And you know what we do? Because Jarrett and Steve get really mad about this. Mm-hmm. I felt it last night at dinner and I was like, oh no. He's like, don't pick it. So what do? Few glasses of wine in, I come home, I look for that safety pin. Oh, yeah. Fishing around in the bottom of the bobby pin thing, looking for the safety pin, take the lighter, I sterilize it. I'm up there performing surgery.
But if it's a mole, you can't do that.
But there was a zit over the mole and it wasn't ready. And now we're working with something and I've got a huge mound. And I'll tell you what's going to be a problem. I got to be on the mound tomorrow, Wednesday at the Mariners game to throw out that first pitch. And the only thing they're looking at is this mound of nonsense right here. So I'm going to wave to the Mariner faithful. There's 5 people in the stands. That's why they asked me to throw out the first pitch because,
shut up.
And I am going to, throw out the first pitch with this massive
Love
zit.
it.
Yeah.
So we are taping, obviously, before you do that pitch. This podcast will come out after. Can you please post on the Calm Down IG just some fun behind the scenes things?
Totally. And Steve the other day goes, you're going to need to practice. And I go, I will say 2 things that I am good at in life. Other than that, I can work on some stuff. I am very good at, like, my work ethic is very strong and my athleticism is top tier. I'm not worried about it. But he's like, this is different. It's first of all, you have to throw off the mound. Anyone that throws in front of the mound, soft. So he grabs the dog's baseball or whatever, tennis balls the other day and goes, let me see your warm-up pitch. I just drilled it. And he's like, whoa, not bad. But it's a tennis ball. So I need to practice with the weight of a baseball. Because I can't be embarrassing myself and do a one hopper in front of the, not today. I'll tell you that much. I ain't doing anything today. So yeah. So I need to do that. But I also need to stop doing what we always do. Why are we always picking?
I got to tell you what I got. So I am starting to put, because obviously I head out of town this week. You head out of town next week for week 2 for Thursday Night Football. I am starting to put my kit together of what I need. Friend of the show, we had her on, Dr. Pimple Popper, Sandra Lee. I actually went and got some of her like acid face wash to travel with. Because I got no time for what's probably going to be happening. I got a big interview this week. I'm sure something is going to erupt. Whatever.
Because you always get one, like whenever something big is happening.
I always get one right before the first week. I always get one right before Tom Brady sit down. And I always get one right before the Super Bowl. So there you go.
You're gonna,
and that's not the only ones I get, but you can basically set your watch to those. You're going to be so mad. Speaking of, as we were walking home last night, just panting and sweating. Granted, this is not even a 5-minute walk, but we were dying because of how hot it was. We were having a conversation and Jarrett said something and I said, you can mark my word. And I said, that is a phrase. I mean, it's a Paula Andrews-ism, mark my word. I mean, it's a hell of a phrase. And then I was like, this is a calm down podcast thing. Are there any other phrases out there that you are like, is such a momism, but you find yourself saying them?
Well, you just said another one. You can set your watch. First of all, who's setting watches over here?
I don't even know how to.
I wear a watch and don't ever have the time set to it. When people are like, what time is it? And I'm like, I don't know. They're like, you're wearing a watch. I'm like, for fashion. I'm not wearing it for the time.
Exactly.
This is where
have you met me?
Oh my God, I'd have to think about. Let's open it. Let's take some. Let's take it to the streets.
That's a good,
and ask our wonderful listeners. We need some phrases. This is my Kathy Thompson's voice in my head. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it when your father gets home. You're gonna get it. Do that one more time. You're gonna get it when your father gets home. Oh God, there's so many.
Lady Jane is one my mom always says.
What is that?
Listen up, Lady Jane, or something like that. I don't
know. Lady Jane. I don't know what Jane
My
Austen?
dad listens to the
Little
podcast.
Women?
Hopefully he'll ask my mom what that means, or I'll ask her too.
Andrews? I don't
know.
Lady
Jane.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something though. I got to get this out of the way because it's bothering me. And you're going to murder me. You're going to murder me. I'm going to take off my headphones. I got to show you something.
I said, what? Okay, you're taking out your pigtails.
I cut my own hair last night again.
Oh my God, Charissa.
I took out almost all my extensions.
Not only
and
are
started
you
cutting my hair.
Zits, what are you doing? This girl cannot be trusted.
Look at this.
And this was after how many drinks?
No, this is before I left for my date, and I thought I was going to be so cute.
Okay,
and guys don't
full
really
disclosure,
like extensions.
You're having a time with your extensions. You are a little frustrated.
I am, because
that's okay.
Always go back and forth. Look at this. Welcome everyone to Prime Video Thursday night. Welcome everybody to Fox NFL Kickoff. Who's ready? I go back and forth. Do I want short? Do I want long?
Yeah.
It's too yellow. It's too this. It's too that. I don't know what I want in life. Okay, this is the problem here. But I know guys like extensions, and so I had a lot in.
That's not true.
Okay, well, I believe from history. History is telling me that
tells us.
That tells us.
Mark my word.
Mark my word. I like that you just are saying word. Like there's just one word. It's mark my words.
I didn't know that. So it's like a spirit animal.
And for those of you just seeing this clip, it's because I need clip-ins after my at-home haircut. Hold on. I got to put this up. This is so embarrassing. But hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm dying to know what you cut your hair with. Gardening shears? I mean, that looks pretty. What did you do? Take us through it.
Okay, so
Barbizon, you are not.
So I am not. So I have, that little razor that Dominique leaves us with sometimes.
Charissa.
Bad idea. bad idea for
Dominique, if you're listening, do not leave her with that razor again. Are you insane? This is leaving like a kid with a hot fudge sundae and saying, do not eat this.
And getting brand new white couches and having them sit on it. Exactly.
Charissa.
So I am getting ready for, I don't normally get ready for a date because it's like, I just throw my hair back and like whatever. So
I disagree. You always look smoking hot.
I love you. I'm like, I'm going to try. So I blow dry my hair, which I hate. Who in this heat? Actually, not in my house. It's freezing. But who wants to blow dry their hair? Like, I mean, forget it. So I'm blow drying my hair and I'm like, you know what? I don't really like this length. No problem.
Oh my God, stop it.
I'm going to go take a picture. When I get off this, I'm going to take a picture of what's in my garbage can. So then it starts. 1 weft comes out. 2 comes out. Now I am Baldy, Brian Baldinger. I mean, I have 1 row left and just some stragglers. It's bad. It's
just
really
tell me
bad.
you didn't cut your real hair.
I can't guarantee that. I don't know. I don't know what the damage is until I take all these out.
Line 1.
I don't know. I need help. I knew you were going to get mad, but I just get bored.
I'm not mad.
And then I don't know what to do. It looks so bad now. Look at it. It's just like Edward Scissorhands over here. I just started going crazy. And then I walked downstairs. I was like, oh, we're going to be a little late. And he goes, what'd you do? And I was like, you don't like it? He's like, looks great. But what did you do up there? And I was like, don't worry about it. I got bored.
This is when I need you to pick up your little phone, press the Calm Down Podcast IG, and start videoing yourself.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs and show you the remnants of the disaster that was the morning after Kelly.
You're just
Stafford.
having a hair situation. You're just not happy with it. Like, and nothing's making you happy.
Yep. Remember when you know what I do that? Normally it equates to my life. I mean, now I love my life, but normally the hair coincides with my vacillation of like, do I want it long? Do I want it short? Do I want it brown?
I wonder what that means. Somebody that's listening to this that like it has like kind of the meaning, like when you lose your teeth in dreams or when you, I don't want to say it. Yeah. And then you're like, oh my God, what does that mean? And does this person feel the way you know what I mean? It's like There's
deeper issues here. My therapist isn't available. It's a holiday weekend, but I'll get to the root of the problem.
Line 1.
That's the real problem here is roots. Anyway, so my hair is a fucking disaster.
Tomorrow.
I have a massive zit and football is right around the corner. Hello, America.
Fox bet. Hey, so I wanted to discuss with you it's not my latest problem, but it was a problem last week. I wrote it down in my little podcast notes.
Cutie.
So we went away to Mexico for a couple of days last weekend, had a great time. Super fun time. So grateful my sister is able to come and stay with my child, Howard.
Cute.
Everything's good. Everything's great. He was known, like he's 5 years old, but probably a couple years ago, he just had really, really bad stomach issues. We were getting up in the middle of the night, probably like 2-3 times a week. We have, knock on wood, think we nailed it with his food. So we're good to go with that. So she calls us probably around 11 o'clock our time and FaceTimes us and said, hey, the baby's not doing well. He has explosive, you know what, around the block. I feel so bad. We've gotten up and down probably like 3 times. Okay, so this happens for about 5 hours. So, but the problem is he's then he's telling her he has to go outside. He goes outside, but he's not going.
Nothing happens, yeah.
So he's got like a tummy ache. So I'm just like, I cannot #calm down. I end up calling after hour 5, calling the vet. I've convinced myself it's bloat, which actually does kill dogs. I am on the phone at 3 a.m. in Mexico with the emergency vet in California. Then, as Jarrett points out, I'm on hold for 25 minutes because I'm asking them if my sister should bring the dog in. As you know, before I called the vet, he puked all over our kitchen. So I've convinced myself shit is bad. Yeah. So the vet's like, she can bring him in, but it's probably going to be like 4 to 6 hour wait. Jarrett's like, he's fine. Just let him get through the night.
How many dogs are in there?
Exactly. And they're like, unless it's a grave situation. I'm like, Jesus. So anyways, I call them back. He's fine. He slept through the night. He's fine the next morning, blah, 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 blah. This is my issue. And I discussed it with my mom. My mom wakes up the next morning. I call her and I'm like, Mom, Howie puked. He had the shits last night. My mom goes, yeah, that happens. He's good. I'm sure Ken will monitor him today. La, 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 la. My whole thing is he's fine. But I didn't sleep for 2 days. I was so paranoid. I was nonstop tracking my sister on my phone to make sure they hadn't left, they hadn't gone to the hospital. I am like this with a dog. I cannot imagine how I'll be with a child.
Right.
I have serious issues. I don't know what to do.
I can't counsel you on that because I'm a little bit more relaxed. Like I go, well, what are we going to do? As long as, and I'm with you because like our dogs are our children until you have babies. But it's like, does Jarrett calm you down in those situations?
He tries to, but he knows that his words are lost on me. Because I am so geeked up on this dog. I have convinced myself this dog has cancer. I have convinced myself I go towards the absolute worst right away. And again, how the hell am I going to function with a kid?
Are you like this with anyone else? Like, are you like this with Jared if he's sick? Are you like this with, I feel because you are so,
my mom and
you're
dad.
so motherly. You are so motherly. Like whenever I have something, you like check in on me 10 times a day. Like you are so caring. But can you calm yourself down by calling your mom and having her like in this situation? Like it seems like she's just like, oh, yeah, fine.
Yeah. Now, she's had 2 kids, 5 dogs, right?
Right. So maybe you go straight to her and then she's the barometer of, you're fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
She was unavailable for comment at 3 a.m., unfortunately. But I so agree.
But
I just really...
The next time that happens, like think like, what would Paula do? You know, not Jesus, the same, but what would Paula do? And then just have her voice be in your head. And then as soon as she wakes up, like be like, Mom, can you call me? Like I'm freaking out. I don't think it's a big deal, but I don't want you to then give yourself a freaking ulcer or whatever.
I know.
Ulcers a thing? I mean, I don't even know.
Are
what
we
an
still
ulcer
doing
is.
those?
I don't know if we're still doing those. So then you were, because guess what? As we know, and we've talked about it ad nauseum, remember the stress in my life and how it takes its toll in some capacity. So you stressing out is going to end up, you're sick, now Howie's sick, and it's a disaster. And you don't want to have that. So I don't really have great advice on it other than just wait for Paula to answer the phone in the morning.
I know. What would Paula do? Yeah.
But
it affected me for 2 days. And then you would think the next night, Jared's like, oh, you're probably so looking forward to going to sleep. I didn't go to sleep the next night because I was worried he was going to wake up again with stomach issues. It's a dog. That's crazy.
You're a better person than me because Daisy will come upstairs and she'll wake Steve up because she knows I ain't getting up. And she'll wake him up and he'll go out. This is the guy, mind you, that like didn't even... Like, of course he likes dogs, but like didn't want to like, yeah, exactly. And now he's like, woke up with Daisy 3 times last night. I was like, when? I didn't hear you. He's like, we know you didn't hear. Your extensions were covering your ears. Not anymore. Wide awake. Fuck. Look at that. I mean, what am I going to do? This is crazy. I know this is trivial bullshit, but like most people who want to look semi-decent on television don't just start hacking their fucking hair. I've really got an issue. And again, we'll get a psychologist on line 1 to tell me what deeper meaning this has.
I can't wait to know what that means with your hair.
I don't know.
It's got to mean something.
Well, I got issues, that's for sure. But wait, so babe, this is exciting. You are going back out on the road. I'm going on the road. Football is here. All of the things. Now, what day are you packing? I need to start following in the Erin Andrews school of thought because I'm just throwing shit in a bag and hoping it works.
So I'm meeting with Alyssa tomorrow to kind of get my 2 outfits together for my sit down for the game. Probably travel with my sit down outfit because we all remember last year's sit down outfit didn't make it. Had to go and purchase clothing in Green Bay, which was a lovely experience. Also didn't sleep that whole night because I was so worried about it. We'll send off my Minnesota gear, my Minnesota outfits to Minnesota. So that's waiting for me.
So prepared this one. You're so prepared.
Probably get her going by tomorrow.
Have you always, Alyssa and I were talking about this. Alyssa is Erin's sweet stylist and she's helping me out with some stuff for Thursday. And then Vicky, of course, will do the Sunday stuff. But she and I were talking. I said, basically, whatever Erin does, I'll be the opposite. Like Erin will send stuff ahead of time. I will be the person that left the outfit at home. Like I am. It's a wonder that I actually get anything done in my life or like bills are paid or anything because I pride myself on being responsible. But then half the time I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what I'm doing over here. You are so much more mature in areas of preparation than I am. I was thinking about you when I was using
a bag.
the hotel lotion the other day, I was thinking about you because you're like, oh, I don't want to smell like my coworkers. And I'm like,
it's not that I don't want to smell like them at all, but it's just I don't feel like we should all smell the same. I kind of want to walk in. Also, they don't give me enough moisture that I need. You know,
I know they're always so watery. Why are those hotel things?
Yes.
And what are they doing giving that conditioner, that tiny little conditioner? I mean, on this straw, this thing is the scarecrow. I need a lot more than just that little 1 ounce of fun. Okay. Thank you guys for listening to the Calm Down podcast, but there's going to be many themes in the world of travel. Yes. And that concludes this episode. So mark my word. We are done here. Mark my word. This bitch, one word. You only get one word. Okay. Forget the words. One word. I was writing down on my podcast notes when I was on the plane the other day. So, the plane leaves the gate. You think, all right, here we go. We're headed out. We're on time. And then you do the tarmac wait. And now something's went wrong. So then people take liberties and think, oh, now's the time. I'm going to do that FaceTime conversation that I wasn't able to do when I was alone. This fucking
absolutely
guy,
not.
So their issue
Heather
with
McMahon, absolutely not.
The lavatory, the lock on the lavatory was like the door was swinging open. So they had to stop. We had to go back to the gate. The mechanic had to. So this is the fucking guy behind me.
In front of that?
Yeah, the shitter's not working. He's FaceTiming someone and saying the shitter's not working.
I called you, remember? I was on the phone with you and I could hear this moron.
Thank you. And I'm like, first of all, I need to lower my voice. The microphone does the work, I'm like, this is insane. I don't want to hear what you have to say, first of all, yelling. I also don't need to hear your wife's response being like, nobody likes a bad shitter. I'm like,
I can't.
No one likes you and zip it. What are we doing?
Yeah.
That's fine if you want to get on the phone. Put your headphones in and talk quietly. What are we doing? Why do we want to hear what you have to say? And then the kids are screaming in the background. It's like, Jimmy's doing that thing again. I'm like,
I hate Jimmy.
Jimmy's
and
fucked.
Here's the other thing. You know what this is why Jimmy's doing it, because he has asshole parents like you. You know what else? I sit there and I just stare at the guy like,
oh, that's good. That's good.
Really?
I should do that.
Come on. Or my favorite is he's like, oh, really? Yeah. Well, let me know how he does in math class. Let me know. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, text me later and let me know how he did on that problem. And then this is what I'll do when he's done. Actually, you should let us all know because we're now involved. Like, are you insane? Put your headphones in. This is a mode of transportation.
A mode of transportation. I'm going to start saying that. I'm going to start getting involved in the conversation. And then the best is, oh, do you have a problem? Yeah, well, you just made your problems our problems. I mean, everyone just get on the FaceTime and everyone just start yelling around here. Please, enough's enough with that. Okay, so that was something I was like, this is going to be, and I am not complaining. I am excited to get back on the road, but the stories we will have. Hey, oh my God, you had a big week as well. The NASDAQ. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so freaking ignorant. This is why I invest in real estate, not in stocks, because it's like, we get it. The NASDAQ, the Dow, which is up. This is you on the video. Looks like everything's up.
It did. Fox stock was up. That was great. Starbucks was plummeting as we were there. No offense. I was drinking Dunkin' Donuts that day. Would love an ad.
This is so cool that you got to do this. And your pictures were so cute, the confetti falling. So were you nervous? Like, walk us through the whole thing. Because no one gets to do this. This is awesome.
So Fox PR was an awesome move, much like they're going to have you throw out the first pitch at the Mariners game. Fox PR set it up where Kevin, Greg, myself got to fly to New York City. The big old city, girl.
And
they had us ring the NASDAQ bell. It was so much fun. I had no idea what we were walking into. Charissa, I'm going to tell you, it was like an event. And of course it is. It's a big deal, but it is a fully choreographed situation. So we get there. We did Fox and Friends before, which was so much fun because I am obsessed with all those women on Fox News with their makeup and their attitudes and their hair. I just love it.
Well, I need their hair person because those blondes are always kicking. They're icy and not
Janice,
yellow.
the weather gal.
Martha,
I loved her
get
so
over
much.
here.
Yeah, Martha's a dream. Anyways, so we go over to NASDAQ. We sit there. Great lobby, by the way. And John at the front desk, security, he had the jokes coming early in the morning. So anyways, they have a lovely coffee bar with anything that you could want. And so we're sitting there and we're like, and these fabulous mugs. And we're like, these mugs and coffee are fantastic. it's all for a reason. They want you to be keyed up and pumped up for that bell. They were like, we've got plenty of coffee here. Keep drinking it because we want the excitement and the cheering coming when you are about. It was the whole thing. So then they have this girl named Kristen, who is everything, come out and give you the run of show. Kristen's like, okay, in 5 minutes, we're going to be bringing you in, and then you're going to be live and this, and this. And then Kevin, you're going to say, she was like a ride coordinator on Splash Mountain. I just sat there with my mouth open and was like, she was amazing. Your exits are here. There's plenty of coffee, so you're excited. The confetti's going to be falling, so don't be surprised. I mean, she was everything. I loved her so much.
Maybe she could pack my bag. And your socks will go here, and your underwear will go here, and your outfit for the day is in the Ziploc compartment. Great.
Mark my words, Kristen would know where to put it. So we get inside this room, so fun. And it was like, welcome everybody to the NASDAQ experience. And this music starts playing, and I was like, oh, where are we? The Norway ride at Epcot? You Disney fans will get me. Anyways, so
I'm looking for a kebab. I'm in Little Italy. Okay, getting a meatball.
They specifically tell us, turn off your phones, no flash photography. So the experience starts. I'm holding up my phone and I'm like, ooh, yay, I'm filming this for Instagram. This asshole, everything's off, but the volume is on. And like a story from another page comes on where it's like influencers in the wild. And it's like, bam. Kevin and Greg look at me and I was like, shit. And we're like live and there's like somebody talking. So I was like, fuck, Kristen's going to be so mad at me. Anyways, we get up there with Cletus and Kevin has to give this full speech about how we're so excited and what a year on Fox. And I was like, oh my God, I kind of can't breathe right now. What if I pass out right here during the NASDAQ experience?
Great. Leather shorts, tall black boots, Reach Bev Will.
Sweating from every angle. Anyways, so we said as a team, at first we just heard Kevin was going to push the button. And I think I may have complained just a little bit enough where then NASDAQ heard and they were like, all three of you can push it together. So I was like, yes. So they said practice. And we did we do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. Greg Olson and his big fucking hand smashes it. And I start smashing his hand. It was like, no whammies, stop. I was pissed. So I'm like smacking his hand. And I wanted to do a do-over with the NASDAQ experience because we did not get to touch it, Kevin and I. But then we got to sign the little thing to officially say the market was open. We went outside on the Times Square, in Times Square, they had a big NASDAQ building and
it was
the
awesome.
Fox promos. It was dope as shit.
It was really cool. I just think about immediately, because I love the movie Wall Street and Gordon Gekko and Greed is Good. And I just think about Michael Douglas and his Cartier glasses and the whole thing and the Wall Street men. That's a world I know nothing about, but I just think about these incredible sexy men on the floor just what does it all mean? It's like an auctioneer and they're just making all these gestures. Anyways, what a great experience. I mean, I think our time has come to an end.
Our stock is never down.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not going to be down all season. My hair, because it's got to be up. Okay, it's an up do and an up don't.
If it's up, then it's up.
Oh my God, we need to know if you found your license. Ryan, I love you. I did find my license.
You did? Where?
I'll tell you where it was. It was at the public storage place. This is for next episode, guys. Hansel and Gretel, the trail led back to, as it always does, something involving house and home, because I'm dedicated like you are to where. I had a public storage unit because I had all these couches because I'm trying to get a freaking couch furniture line. And
You're going to get
it at the public storage line. Well, I'm telling you, it's going to get
Mark my words.
Mark my one word, couch. I'm going to couch this conversation and we're going to bring it back next week. Stay with us. Travel stories galore. Jimmy, does Jimmy have to go potty?
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.